We are going to continue with the if-else conditions what you have given in the last session, and so we are going to continue the yesterday session of if-else conditions, and then we go with the operators and functions. So let us start with this. In the yesterday session we have seen if-else condition. Now we are going to see if-else with a group of statements and how they are executed. So let me give you once again. If you are writing a statement 1, I have statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. I have given these conditions. If there are no errors, then the order of the execution is 1, 2, 3, 4. If the same statement I am writing in this format, I am giving the same condition in this format now. If you are given statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, or else I can give if condition. I'm going to give if condition, statement 3, statement 4, statement 5. Then I'm going to give else, statement 6, statement 7. Then I have statement 8, statement 9. So this is how we are going to have the expression. If the expression is in this format, and if the condition is true, whatever the condition I have given, if the condition is true, then the order of execution will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. So if the given condition is true, whatever the condition we have given, if the given condition is true, their order of execution is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. If the given condition is false, their order of execution is going to be 1, 2, then we have 6, 7, 8, 9. So when the condition is true, you want to execute a group of statements, then we put them in a braces. When the condition is false, when you want to execute the statements, group of statements you want to execute, we put them in braces. Right. So this is the order of execution. Am I clear with this order? Right. In this case, let me go with a quick scenario here. My scenario is right. Now I'm communicating with I'm an employer. My employer asks me what is the name. He asks me what is the salary that I have. He asked me what is my name. I told my name is Satish Myla. Then he asked me what is my experience. I told I have 11 years. Then he asked me what was my salary. I told my salary is 50,000. Then he told me a quick conditions here. He told me I want to calculate the hike I am going to provide. So my employer is going to tell me, going to give me hike. He told, if my experience is more than, if my experience is more than 10 years, he want to give hike of 30% on my salary, and daily allowance he want to increase will be 20% of my salary, and housing allowance will be 10% of my salary. So this is what it do. If my experience is, if experience is less than 10 years, then he told hike will be hike will be 20% of my salary. He told hike will be 20% of my salary. DA will be 20% of my salary. HA will be 20% of my salary. So this is what he told. Now I want to put this conversation what happened between me and my employer in terms of programming. So when you want to put this entire conversation in terms of programming, first we have to identify what is the data involved. So what is the data involved? He is asking me my name. So to store my name, I need a variable. Then he asked me what was my experience. To store the experience, I need a decimal. Then he asked me what was my salary. Now all the currency values will be a decimal value. Then he told what is my hike now. I want to know what is my hike. So it is a currency value what I'm going to get. So here at the same time he told it will be a DA. Then there will be HA. So these are the variables which are involved in the operation. The total number of variables which are involved in this operation are these. So let me initialize them. So we are initializing the variables which are involved there. First I told string name. I'm giving my name is Satish. I'm giving name is Satish. Then I told what is my salary, what is the hike, what is the HA, what is the DA. These are the values. Along with that, you also ask me to enter experience. Now in this case, I'm giving my salary as 50,000, experience as 11 years. Then what was the condition that he is told? If experience is greater than 10 years, if experience was greater than 10 years, then he told hike should be 30% of salary. DA should be 20% of the salary, and HA should be 10% of salary. So we had a group of statements which need to be performed when the condition is true. When the condition is true, I want to calculate the following values. If condition is false, if it is not more than 10 years, then it told, if it is not more than 10 years, then it told hike is going to be 20% of my salary. DA is going to be 20% of my salary. HA is going to be 20% of my salary. So this is how we created the statement. So when the given condition is true, we want a group of operation to be performed. When a given statement is true, if you want to perform group of operations, a set of operations, then we put them in a braces and do it. When the condition is false, we also want to implement a group of statements. So when you want to implement a group of statements, then we put in scope, the floor braces. Right. Am I clear with this for everyone? Am I clear with this for everyone? Right. So this is how we created if else. So this is the continuation of yesterday's example. Right. So now, as we are given, you are writing condition. When you are writing a condition, we have to understand what is the value of, when you are writing a condition, we need to understand few of the operators which are used in creating this condition. So let us look at this. We have a quick operators here, equal to and double equal to. So we have integer a equal to 10, given integer b equal to a. I have given integer a equal to 10 and I have given integer b equal to a. So when I defined integer a equal to 10, it means a temporary memory is assigned. Somewhere it is assigned. Let us assume it is at location 400. And the name of this location is A. Within this location, we have the value of A as 10. Then next statement we gave integer b equal to A. Integer b equal to A. So when I give integer b equal to b equal to a, somewhere memory is allocated. Somewhere the memory is allocated. The name of the memory was b. When you say b equal to a, the value of a is the a value is stored in b. So we have b equal to 10. The same one when I say a double equal to b. So if I give a double equal to b, it is going to verify whether the value of LHS side is it equal to RHS side, which means 10 double equal to 10. It is going to compare whether both the values are same or not. It is going to compare whether both the values are same or not. It is going to compare whether both the values are same or not. A double equal to B. It will compare whether the value on the LHS side is same as the value which is on RHS side. Is the value which is on LHS side, is it the same value what we have on RHS side? So it is a comparison operator. We can also use triple equal to. This is to verify whether the reference of the location reference of the location is same or not. It is not going to verify value of a. It's not comparing 10 and 10. It is going to check whether the location where the a value is stored is the same as the location where the b value is stored. It is going to compare references of the memory location where the data is stored. A double equal to B, it is going to verify whether the value on the left hand side is same as the value on the right hand side. When you say triple equal, it is not going to compare the value, it is going to compare the reference locations where the value is stored. So let me put it on the screen here. So triple equality is used only with respect to objects, not with respect to primitive types. So to understand that, let me give you. So here I'm giving system dot debug I'm giving a double equal to b. I'm printing the value. Similarly, let us say I have some reference variable a1. Just don't worry about this object creation. Only to explain the triple equal, I'm taking this. We'll see what is an object in the further cases. Account a2. So we have given here system dot debug a1 double equal to a2. Just checking here a1 double equal to a2, which I was giving here. The same statement I was repeating again with respect to triple equal to. So double equal to is basically used for primitive types, not for objective types. So let me execute and let you know. So you see the debug. So what happened here? A double equal to B. So let me give separation with gap. Let me give a gap here so that we can clearly watch it what we have written. Now let me execute it. See. So let us see the output what we are getting now. Now look at the point. A double equal to B, we are getting true. A1 double equal to A2, we are getting true. As the content of the data is same, it is giving you true. A1, when I say A1 A2, when I say A1 A2, A1 A2, both have their own locations. Both have their own location. Both are not referring to the same location. Both have their own locations here. But here, what happened? A1 double equal to A2, true. A1 triple equal to A2, false. So A1 double equal to A2 is true. A1 triple equal to A2 is false because A double equal to, you will verify the values of the location, values in the location. Triple equal to is going to compare the location itself, or both the locations are same or not. That is how they are going to compare. So we have equal to, double equal to, and triple equal to. Am I clear with that point? Any query for anyone? Any query for anyone? So we have double equal to. This will compare values of LHS, RHS. This is triple equal to. This will compare that reference locations of LHS and RHS. This is how we have, right? So let us take the next one here. Right. Let us go ahead with the next one here. We are comparing with the next one. We are going to use wherever we are going to use the conditions. So when you say condition, always the values of the condition is going to be a true or false. So whenever we give the conditions here, condition is going to be true or false. Generally, to write these conditions, we use the regular operators greater than, less than or equal to, then equal to, not equal to. So this regularly we use these operators. So wherever we use the condition operators, it is going to return you true or false. It is going to return you true or false. It is going to return you true or false. Right. Let us take the next one here. So I'm writing a quick conditions here. The first condition says, suppose I told if age is more than 30 or city is Bangalore, then you are selected. So they want to check if age is more than 30 or city is Bangalore. So we are trying to make a combination of age more than 30 or city equal to, we are comparing whether the value of city is Bangalore or not. Similarly, I am giving here, if any employee whose experience is, if experience is more than, if experience is more than 10 years or technologies SFDC, or or if or if he is from Chennai with phone number phone oh no okay phone number 123, then he is selected. So what we are doing, first we are writing if experience is more than 10 years or or technology is SFDC equal to SFDC, or or if he is from Chennai with phone number 123. If he is from Chennai with phone number 123 means we are comparing two conditions. So what we are taking now? So we have to give city equal to Chennai, and phone equal to 123. So this is how we are making a condition. So based on the requirement, frame out the conditions using logical operators or relational operators and or conditions. So this is how we can frame out the conditions when you are writing a if else condition. Okay. I hope I am clear with these conditions now. Any further queries about this? Any further queries? Right. Then let us understand, let us quickly understand how to define the methods in the programming. Irrespective of the programming, how to define the methods. Irrespective of the programming, how to define the methods. So what is a method? What is a function? What is a procedure? So we have three things here: procedure, we have function, we have method. We have a procedure, we have a function, we have a method. So let us quickly understand what is this procedure, what is this method, what is this procedure, what is this method, and what is this function. Let us say, let us quickly take a quick example here. Now this fellow, we have a user here. I ask this user, boss, now we have a user. Let us say He is Wilson. I asked Wilson. I asked the Wilson to perform some action. I told Wilson. I told Wilson to perform some action. Let us see. Wilson Wilson. I told the Wilson, go to Kavya. Go to Kavya. I told the Wilson. I told some work to the Wilson. Go to Kavya's house. House. Collect the book. Go to house. Go to Kavya's house. Collect the book. Give the money. So this is the work what I assigned to the Wilson. I told Wilson, go to Kavya's house, collect the book, give the money, and come back. Now what happened? Wilson went to now Wilson is performing procedure. Now Wilson is performing procedure. Now Wilson went to Kavya's house, gave the book, collected the book, gave the money, came back. He came back. Wilson has gone to Kavya's house, collected the book, has given the money, came back. Once he came back, Wilson was not telling me anything what he has done. Wilson was not conveying me any response back. He went there, performed the work. Once the work is completed, Wilson was not telling me anything like that he has given the book to Kavya or not. Right? Or did he face any problem while traveling? He's not giving me any reply. Wilson has gone to Kavya's house, gave the book, collected the book, gave the money, he came back. Now Wilson is not telling me anything. He has performed the action. I know that Wilson went to Kavya's house, he collected the book, he gave the money, he came back, but he's not telling me anything. Whatever the action I asked him to perform, he performed. Action is done. Action is done. Once the action is done, he is not coming back and telling Satish I have completed, or Satish I have not completed, or Satish while I am doing this work, this is my experience, or Satish while doing this work, I had some extra charges which I have put from my pocket. He is not conveying me anything, but he has done the work. So procedure is it is a group of statements which will perform the operation but will not return you any value. It is something like this. Procedure is a group of statements. Procedure is a group of statements which will run together to perform a task. Once you have done the task, it is not going to return you any result. Procedure is not going to return you any result. Procedure is not going to return you any result. Procedure is not going to return you any result. Right. Am I clear with this point? Perform the action but not giving you any result. So it is not returning you any result. It is not returning you any result. Right. Then I came back to the next one. It is a function. When I say function, Wilson went there, collected the book, gave the money. Right. He came back and saying, Satish, I gave the book to Kavya. He came back and told Satish, to hand over the book to to Kavya, I used a four-wheeler, pay me 1,000 rupees. Or else, he's saying, Satish, I gave the book and 1,000 rupees is left out, take the money back. So what was that? What was that? What was that? We are performing a group of statements. Once the operation is completed, it is conveying you some result. It is conveying you some result, at least void. Like we say, void show. Void show. Or else he's saying integer show. So once you perform the operation, you are returning some result. Once you perform the operation, you are returning you some result. You are giving here now decimal show. So you performed the operation. Once the operation is performed, he is returning you some result. He is returning you some result. Here he was giving integer. Here he was giving decimal. So function is also a group of statements which are executed together to perform a particular task. After performing the operation, he is returning you some value. Function will return you some value. Function will return you some value. After performing the operation, function will return you some value. Minimum void. Minimum void has to return. So function is a group of statements which are executed together, to perform a particular task. After performing the task, it is going to return you some result back. It is going to return you some result back. Right. Next, let me go with method. Now when you say function, I told Wilson to do this work. Right. Ravi also came and told Wilson do this work. Karthik also came and told Wilson do this work. Okay. Harish also told Wilson do this work. That means everyone can use it. Everyone can tell the work to Wilson. Everyone can tell the work to Wilson. There is no restriction on that. Everyone can perform that operation. Everyone can use it. Everyone can tell the Wilson boss, go and do this work. Harish came and told, do this work, Wilson. Karthik came and told, Wilson, do this work. So everyone can convey the work to them and Wilson will do it. There is no restriction. Now what happened? We came with a method. When you say a method, I recruited Wilson was the employee of Capital Info Solution. I recruited Wilson as an employee of my company. Now I told Wilson, go and hand over the book to go and hand over the money and collect the book. Wilson went and performed the work. Now Karthik came and told Wilson, can you do this work for me? Then Wilson says, no boss, I can only perform the work of Capital Info Solution. Now what is that? The same action previously he was doing for everyone. But now he cannot do the same action for everyone because I recruited the Wilson as an employee of my company. When I recruited the Wilson as an employee of my company, he can only perform the work for my company. So method is also what? A group of statements only. Method is also what? A group of statements, but restricted access. Not everyone can access it. Only the members of the class can access it. Method is also a function with restricted access on it. Did you get my points? Am I clear with the three queries? Am I clear with the 3 points what I have discussed? Any query from your end? Right. Let me go with the next one. Any query was? Right. Okay. Let us go with the next one. So I want to define the method. So how do you define the methods now? Now in the object-oriented programming, we are going to have methods. In the object-oriented programming, we are going to have methods. Now let us take this. If you want to write any function or a method, we have to define here return type, method name, parameters, what are the logic you want to write, and return the value. Right. So this is the format of a method what we write. So let us take this way. So first I was creating, let us practice the function first. Create a function, name, show with return type void. So how do you define it now? Void show I told create a method, create a function with name cancel tickets with return type void. So I'm going to define here void cancel ticket. So what is the format of naming convention? The naming convention should be in lower camel. The naming convention should be in lower camel. So then I'm telling create a function show with return type. It is a void means null, return nothing. Create a function with return type. Create a function show with return type integer. When I say return type integer, then I will give integer show. As I'm giving a return type as integer, I have to return an integer value. Right now I'm giving 10. Then it is asking create a function, cancel tickets with return type decimal. So I have to give decimal cancel tickets return some decimal value. Right. So here I'm again the same functionalities whatever you give. I'm expanding here. Create a function show with the return type as h with return type as h. The function which returns age. Which returns age. Now it has to return the age. So age is what? Age is going to be like we are going to age. Returns age means age is generally going to be 1, 10, 20, 30. So which is going to be integer value. So I have to write integer show. It is asking me to return age. So let us say I am taking integer age equal to 40. Return age. Return age. Now I'm giving one more function here. Create a function, cancel tickets, which returns refund amount. Which returns refunded amount. So refunded amount means any currency value. Any currency value is decimal. So we are expecting it to return a decimal value. So what we are going to do? Decimal cancel tickets. So we have decimal return refunded. So am I clear with this? Any query for anyone? Any query for anyone up to now? Up till now, any query for anyone? Any query for anyone?
I have a question,
Go ahead.
Satish.
Yes, go ahead.
We got the difference between this procedure and method function, but what are we using in Salesforce among these three?
Yeah. So as of now, we cannot put across the how we are going to use it in the Apex Salesforce. Once we complete the classes, the concept of classes, you'll understand where we are going to use it. Okay.
So
Understand that it is a group of statements.
used in Salesforce?
Yeah, a group of statements if you want to execute together, we call it. Now let us say simply, now you are doing a same work. Now you want to wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock. So what you have done, you kept a alarm. You kept a alarm. Next day also if you want to wake up, again what you're doing, you're opening the mobile, again resetting the alarm for the next day. Again if you want to wake up on the next day, what you're doing, again you're setting the alarm. Instead of that, what you can say, keep your alarm, the alarm say, okay, play the alarm at 6 o'clock every day. So what is the advantage of that? When the same work need to be performed number of times, instead of doing it regularly, we can define that work under one name and simply say, simply call that name. When you simply call that
Yes.
name, it automatically performs. When I want the same action to be performed a number of times, what I have to do? I have to define it again and again. Let us see. I was saying, now let us see. I want to calculate my bonus. If you want to calculate bonus, it is saying give your salary. If you give your salary, it is going to calculate your bonus. It is going to calculate your bonus. Okay. Otherwise, let us take this. It is going to calculate your bonus. It is going to calculate your bonus based on your salary and your experience. Now you have given the same operation someone else want to calculate. If someone else want to calculate, will you define it again? Or you taking to get my point?
Yes, yes.
Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. Now you want to perform the statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. Again the same, if you want to perform, what I have to do? Yeah, you have to write it. Again if you want to perform it, what I have to do? Again I have to write it. So what are you doing? The same work you are repeating a number of times. So I don't want to write it again. When the same functional is running, why should I write it again? So simply what I'm doing, for the three statements, I give a name called myset. I give a name called myset.
Okay.
When you give you have defined once with the name called myset. So whenever you want to use it, you not write it again. Simply you will say, when you want the same set, you simply say myset. Again I will say myset. When you say myset, automatically the complete set will be executed. Got my point?
Got it, Satish.
So we are just not getting onto the concept again. Okay, once we
No.
do one or two examples, you'll be understanding. Just I'm trying to define now only syntaxes. Okay, how you have to define. Once you understand the syntax, I'll go for the examples. Okay.
Okay.
Any other queries for anyone? Any other queries for anyone? Right. Okay. Let me go ahead with the next one. Now, the same one I was saying, I was telling. Okay. Create a function, create a function show which takes two parameters, age as parameter. Create a function show which takes age as a parameter. When I say age as a parameter, void show. When I say void show parameter. When I say parameter, it has to be what type of parameter was that? Age is given. Age. So if anyone want to use this, if anyone want to use it, they have to pass the age value. They have to pass the age value. Similarly, I was saying create a function, get data with name and salary as parameter. Then in that case, we have to give void then we have string name decimal. So if anyone want to use it, they have to give two inputs. Parameters are nothing but inputs what you have to provide. Now I'm saying, create a function with create a function with create a function. Let us say tickets with number of tickets as parameter and decimal and refund amount as return type, and let us say return refund amount. So in that case, he is expecting return refund amount. Refund amount means it is going to be decimal. The method name is cancel tickets. Cancel tickets. Then he's asking me to pass the parameter as number of tickets. Number of tickets is going to be what? Integer tickets. Then he's asking you to return the number of. He's asking you to return the refund amount. So refund amount is decimal refund. I'm calling the refund as number of tickets into 100 rupees. Return refund. So we have method with return type and parameters. Method with return type and parameters. So I have one more condition here. So my condition was, it is saying create a method, get result, create a method, get result, which takes marks as integer, which takes marks as input parameter as parameter and returns true if marks are more than, or this returns pass if marks are more than 40, returns failed if marks are less than 40. Right. This is the conversation what I told. So what is this one? He asked me to create a method called get result, which takes marks as a parameter and return passed if marks are more than 40. Returns what? Passed. Returns what? Passed. Passed is what? String. He is expecting me to return a value which is a pass or fail. So I have to return a value called pass or fail, which means a string. So what is the method name he asked me to make? Get result. What is the input is giving? He is giving you marks as input parameters. So integer marks. Then what he asked? If marks are more than, if marks are greater than 40, return cost. Else return red. Did you follow my points here? But I asked you to give past, I asked you to return past, right? If I ask you to give true or false, you can give boolean. Right. So this is how I got it. The same thing. I was taking an exit here. I was taking an exit here. I was giving an exit. Create a method, create a function. Calculate, create a function, calculate, which takes which takes salary and experience as parameters and return 10% of salary as bonus if experience is more than 10 years. 10 years. Otherwise, returns 20% of otherwise returns 20% of salary as bonus. Now this is the requirement what I have. In this requirement, what I ask you to do, create a function. So first understand what is the data involved. In this one, what is the data involved? Salary, experience, bonus. These are the three values involved. Out of three values, what I am asking you to pass as a input parameter, salary as passed as a parameter. So the user is going to pass input parameter. Experience is also passed as input parameter. So what you have to calculate? What you have to calculate? Bonus you have to calculate. Bonus you have to calculate. Then what is the output you have to give? Output you have to return is bonus value you have to return. Output should be returning the bonus value. This is the requirement. So in that, as you want to give the bonus value as return type output, give decimal. Name of the method is calculate. What are the parameters you are taking? Decimal, salary, decimal, experience. Decimal salary, decimal experience. So what is gain? Now we want a bonus value. We need to have a bonus. As I'm not passing a bonus, so we have to create a bonus field. As you're not creating a bonus, as you're not passing a bonus as input, as you're not giving a bonus as input, you have to create a bonus and calculate the value. So what I have given, if experience is greater than 10 years, %20, I give some value here. What is that? 10%. 10% of the salary. Otherwise, I'm giving bonus equal to salary into 20%. So once you calculated the bonus, what I asked you to do, return. This is how we are able to write the methods. This is how we are able to write the methods. Am I clear with this? Any further queries on this? So first understand what is the input you are expecting. First understand what is the input you are expecting. What are the inputs you are providing? What I have to calculate? What is the output I have to provide? Then you get the structure of writing a method. Structure of writing a function or a method. Am I clear with this for everyone? Any further queries on this? Any further queries on this? So we are going to write functions. So I want to show you how these functions are generally executed. How these functions are generally executed. A few examples I will take for the day. Now I have defined void show. Suppose I have something, a function like this. Now this is only declaration. You're not executing it. It's only you have defined it. You only defined. When you want to execute, you only have to execute. You're calling show as it's expecting integer value. This is how we are going to execute. The name of the method, name of the function. Okay, within this, pass the parameter. Is expecting a one integer value, pass that integer value. So when you say show 20, what happens is it will create one activation table. So whenever you call a method, it will create one activation table like this. So what was the name of the activation table? So it is a show. As the name of the method is show. Then what are the local parameters we have? What are the local parameters? Local variables are in the method whatever you are passing as a parameter, and what are the variables you are defining within the method, they are called local variables. So in this context, local variables are going to be a. The value of a is 20. Similarly, b, value of b is 10. The variables which you passed, the variables which you passed as a parameter are the variables which you declared within the method. They're called local variables. So now in this context, a and b are local variables. Then what is the logic you are writing? Then you are writing a logic equal to a equal to a plus b equal to b plus. Then it start with the first statement. We start with the first statement. A equal to a plus 10. Value of a is 20. So 20 plus 30, storing as a equal to 30. Similarly, b equal to b plus 10. So it is giving you b equal to b plus 10. Now all the statements are completed. Once all the statements are completed, this entire thing is deleted. Once all are completed, the entire thing is deleted. That means I don't know what is A now. I don't know what is B now. The value of A and B is only known till you complete that operation. Once that operation is completed, we don't know what is A, what is B. Because local variables are known only till the operation of the scope is completed. Now again I am calling show 90. When again you say show 90, as you are calling it, again one more activation table is created. The name of the activation is show, and it's going to create a local variables. Again the local variables are a equal to, so let me give you here, a equal to 90, because whatever the value you are passing, that is stored in a. Then it came b equal to 10, then it goes a equal to a plus 10, b equal to b plus 10. Then what happens? A equal to b plus 10, so a becomes 100, b equal to b plus 10, b becomes 20. All the statements are completed. Once all the statements are completed, this is deleted. Did you get my point? So this is how their execution will go on. This is how their execution will go on. So we try to define the methods and try to implement these things here. So we'll discuss in detail in the next session how they execute and the further steps. So that's all for the day. Any queries from your end? Any queries from your end? Right. So with respect to topic, any questions first? Right.